Hey guys, it's the Oklahoman again. I wanted to show you real simple bases that I've made for my characters. Um, you can join a super group and they might have a super base because they've got a lot of super base builders, and that's awesome. And super groups are great because they do a lot of different activities together. They host different activities and stuff. And so if you want to be part of a group, absolutely go do that. But I wanted to let you know that that you can do it on your own with your own base if you want. Now there's a video that I did earlier about how to build a base in about 15 minutes that's really functional, really useful. So I wanted to just kind of show you what I've done with mine. So basically each of my characters have their own super group and therefore their own base. I started out with one base for all of my characters, but then I got to where I really kind of enjoyed base building on its own. So I started building bases and super groups for each of my different characters. So I am logged in right now as Sooner Magic. You can see a base portal back here. You may also know, and if you don't, you can create a button with this code. It's a / command, enter base from passcode, and then put in your base code here, and I show you how to do that over in that 15-minute video. But you can create that button, then you can go there, anytime. Now that's an exploit. Really wasn't intended to be in there. It's still in there. They've talked about getting rid of it, so don't count on that being there forever, because there are ways that people can abuse that. But for now, that's something you can do. But you can definitely go looking for a base portal, and there are base portals all the way around. That's my text message sound. So let's go into my base right now for Sooner Magic. Since he is the reason that Oklahoma is able to pull out a victory every now and again when they shouldn't, his base looks, hopefully, a bit like a football stadium. So there are some key things you probably want in your base. I mentioned this in the other video. You've got these ATM vendors. You've got crafting table. You've got some different NPCs that can do different things for you. You probably want a res circle here. You can buy inspirations. So I can come to my base then and level or sell stuff or change my costume around. I can do all of that. Also common to all my bases is that there are a series of portals that'll take me everywhere you can go in the game, except for Ouroboros. You have to have this little power to get there. That's not one of those. If you don't know how to get that, maybe I'll make another video about that sometime. But then I also create another set of portals that is just my most common ones that I would go to. So I'll put those in there. And so this is, again, pretty simple little base, but it's useful to me. It helps me get around in the game. So let me go and show you then my base for another character here on this same server, the Oklahoman. There we go. And so with him, I am going to go ahead and use that base code to go in, because there's maybe there's a base portal in Ouroboros. I don't know where it is. I tried to shape his base kind of like the state of Oklahoma. I've got a series of NPCs over here that same set. I've got my portals for all the different places in the game. Put my most common ones right here in the middle. I like this structure, but you do have to kind of navigate into here. There's a little, it's really faint. There's a little ball in there that you can click on. And then, just have fun. He's got a little lake you can go fishing in. And then way back out here in the Panhandle, if you're from Oklahoma, this is really kind of like Texas out this way. But I've got some salvage racks out here and just some different things there. So that's his base. Again, kind of themed towards that character. Let me go over to Everlasting, which is my main server. And I'll show you Boy Band. This will be the last base I run through on this video. But of course, he's a rock star. He's a mastermind, got a backup group there. And so he goes into Atlas Records. And again, very common, but you can see I've got a bunch of people dancing here. You're going to hear a background theme, background music. But very similar, okay? Portals to all the different areas that I want to go to, a frequent or common one here. I got a res circle. I've got my NPCs back here who will do all the different things. I lied. I said this was going to be my last base. There is one more I want to show you. I did something here that I have another portal that you can build above and below your base, and pretty complicated stuff. Not really complicated, but kind of more advanced stuff. So I was kind of tinkering around with that a little bit. And I may come back to that someday. So, but that just allows me to kind of teleport around within this area. So, lastly, and only because I mentioned the background music, I wanted to mention one other base that I have for Cult Leader here. It's one of my newer characters. And Cult Leader's base is hopefully something that you might expect to see in your average ordinary cult out there, or at least the vision of one I have with him. He is the cult leader of the Illuminated Staircase. And so he's got a lot of followers here that greet him, of course, when he comes in. There's the Illuminated Staircase. And again, same thing that we saw before, these different portals. Now, I neglected to kind of mention this. This is in all the bases that I have as well. Pillar of Fire and Ice, you're going to want one of those so you can run flashback missions in Ouroboros. But anyway, and you can hear in the music here, there's that chanting. Decided to be quiet there for once. Oh, there we go. So that is kind of how I've themed my different bases for the characters and that I play, and just makes it a little more fun for me. I don't really enjoy being part of a super group per se, but this gives me the same kind of advantages there, where I've got the teleport to go to all the different zones throughout City of Heroes and get to where I need to go to and sell stuff, level up, all that. I've got my those people are kind of hidden around here, so you might do that if you don't want to be part of a super group, but you want to have those advantages, want to be able to get around quickly and really just kind of have fun with this part of the game that's there. My kids love this because they're into Minecraft, and so they like to design bases and stuff like that. So anyway, have fun out there, guys.